Well, back home, state and local lawmakers share concerns over the possibility of a new casino coming to the Rochester area. This comes after the current legislative session wrapped up this weekend, and at least one bill is sparking controversy over the future of gaming in our area. Mackenzie Mislin joins us now in the studio with the details. Mackenzie.
Yes, Teresa, one of the bills left over this session would allow the governor's office to negotiate a new gaming compact with the Seneca Nation. Local officials say they aren't aware of any communications over a casino, and legislators can't support it without sufficient details. Last week, the Seneca Nation announced they reached an agreement in principle with New York State for a new 20-year casino gaming compact. Their current compact is set to expire December 9th. State Senator Jeremy Cooney says when the bill came before the Senate, it was meant to pre-authorize the agreement with the state. However, he voted no.
Flash forward to, again, this past weekend, late night vote. We just didn't feel comfortable. I did not feel comfortable voting for a piece of legislation that really didn't have a lot of details behind it.
Cooney adds he had previously read about the Seneca Nation's interest in building a casino either in Henrietta or downtown Rochester. When the assembly went to vote on the bill, they paused it until they got more information from the governor's office. Assemblyman Harry Bronson says he was concerned with the saturation of casinos in the Finger Lakes region, weak labor provisions in the legislation, and lack of information.
And I just think it's absolutely wrong for the state to be engaging in these kind of contract negotiations without significant input by local leaders, and even more importantly, from the people who live in these areas.
And now it's a waiting game until clarification can be given to those voting in the assembly.
They need to be able to get into the details and to flesh out an agreement. Not having every elected representative involved would be cumbersome, clunky, and probably unworkable to an ultimate agreement. That said, there's a difference between being in the weeds and giving proper legislative oversight.
Now, the governor was asked about the potential legislation during an event at the Buffalo AKG Art Museum and responded saying she personally hasn't been involved in negotiations and is currently waiting for the legislature to get this completed. We're also awaiting a statement from the Seneca Nation. Teresa?
Mackenzie, thank you. As word spread over the weekend, some Monroe County legislators and business leaders expressed skepticism over the possible new casino here in Rochester. Alex Love joins me now with that part of the story.
Well, Teresa, there are already some with the Monroe County Legislature who have concerns that this new idea could take revenue away from local businesses in the city and push people towards having a gambling addiction. But the Chamber of Commerce Commissioner Bob Duffy argues the process is not far enough along to be sure if a casino in the first place would even come to Rochester.
In general, Commissioner Bob Duffy sees some positives to a casino moving in, especially downtown, to attract more activity by the convention center.
Casinos can be helpful in some ways. I don't anyway think there's some huge economic driver. They do create jobs. They create revenue for localities.
However, he recalls during his time as mayor, the Seneca Nation met personally with him to discuss plans of buying city property for a casino. Since none have occurred so far with Mayor Malik Evans, the chamber, or the state delegation, he argues it's too early to know if the Gaming Compact Agreement specifically allows this.
We should pump the brakes with the hysteria here because I can't imagine a casino being placed in Rochester without participation by the mayor, county executive, city council, our state delegation. It seems like nobody has been involved with these discussions. So
this is the old Albany way. Do things behind closed doors and then spring it on local communities.
One of Representative Rachel Barnhart's biggest issues with the possibility of a casino in Rochester is the lack of research and studies of how it would help the city. She argues it can also rob local businesses of customers and push people into poverty.
Casinos typically keep people in there. They have restaurants, they have hotels. This is not something that creates a spillover effect. As a matter of fact, casinos tend to be moats with dead zones around them. These are not economic development tools.
And many other leaders at the city, county, and state level have sent out letters calling on the governor and Seneca Nation for more transparency. For those full statements, visit our website, rochesterfirst.com.